When Ruto fights his own people, when UDA is divided into two, that's excellent for us. We should make sure that we encourage them to fight more. Because, in fact, if they can kill each other, that would be very good for us. Because then we don't have to do much. We just have to go and take over because they have already killed each other. So let Ruto and Raila fight with Gachagua, and we should encourage Gachagua not to surrender, to fight them, so that this elite, even if they kill each other, would be good for the Kenyan state. But let us continue relentlessly to organize and mobilize for a bigger day. And hopefully, Mashujaa Day could be the beginning or could be it. If you have any doubt, then look at the speed at which they impeached Gachagua. Gachagua, who was Ruto's running mate just 2 years ago. Gachagua, who apparently spent billions in Ruto's campaign. Gachagua, who campaigned for Ruto in Kikuyu, in Mount Kenya, and had Ruto, quote unquote, win the election. If they can turn against Gachagua, who the hell are you? You have not given Ruto even one dime. You have not campaigned for him. Who are you? Why should Ruto care about you? And as you can see, he doesn't care about you. Now, a lot of people say, oh, revolutions are violent. Revolutions are uncertain. What is more violent than Ruto? Because I don't understand these people when they make these arguments. Since independence, how many people have been killed who have been so innocent, killed by the state? So let's start with the easiest. Kenyatta killed Pew Pinto. What crime did he commit? What violence did Pinto inflict on Kenya? Who did Pinto steal from? Do you know? Because there is none. So go to Mboya, who had helped him in his strategies even to destroy Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. So why did he kill Mboya? Tom Mboya was a brilliant man, young, vibrant, charismatic, eloquent, a super mobilizer. They killed him. For what? What had he done? How about Dr. Robert Ouko, just recently? Another one. What had he done? How about Odhiambo Mbai, a quintessential gentleman, a super scholar? What did he do? All he did was bring us devolution. He's the one who introduced this devolution idea, not Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is an appropriator. He appropriates people's intellectual properties and say it is his. Odhiambo Mbai brought us the devolution. Did he live to see it or its benefits? No. How about Musando? How about the Gen Zs that Ruto killed and called violent and he called criminals? So if this system and the president's successive ones have been killing Kenyans, killing demonstrators, and armed protesters, what will stop them? The constitution hasn't stopped them. The legal system hasn't stopped them. Court orders hasn't stopped them. The quote-unquote democratic, governance hasn't stopped anybody. The West hasn't stopped them. So who will stop them? We are the only ones who can stop them. I speak from experience because I was there, I've been there. I mean, people pretend that they were not there in 2018 when we were protesting and I was abducted from my house and tortured and sedated and dropped dead in Dubai and left for dead. And then forced out and blocked from coming to Kenya for 5 years. And people pretend this did not happen. And people pretend we have not seen anything, we have not suffered, they are the ones suffering now. And people insist that no, Only one person should be suffering every day and dying for us. But we should not be risking our lives because somebody should be leading, should be coming to lead us, should be our liberator. I want to remind you that Che Guevara, who probably is the dean of revolutionary politics in the world, said, and I've been saying this, there is no liberator. Nobody is going to liberate you. And nobody must. And nobody should. You must liberate yourself. Every one of us. Because if you don't want to liberate yourself, how will the other person liberate you? If you don't want to rest and go onto the street, because you are saying Miguna's children are not here, so how will my children being there help you? So say, for example, they are not there, which means they are not suffering under Ruto. So which means whether Ruto goes or not doesn't matter to them. So who is suffering? You are suffering. They are not suffering. And this is the reality. We have to just face the reality. You are suffering. Some of us have sacrificed our lives for you. And some of us continue to agitate, to talk about these things, and to expose them, and to call for change. We could easily forget about everything and continue with our lives. Why haven't we? Because we are committed to an egalitarian, equitable, fair, and just social order. That's why we are doing it. We are doing it because it is the right thing to do. And we are doing it from wherever we are. And we are doing it with whatever ammunition we have. So if you have the pen and that's all you can wield, use it. If you have the eloquence and that's all you can do, use it. If you have bazookas and you can come in large numbers and use them, use them. If you have numbers, which is what we are saying is our best weapon, our numbers, because it's very difficult to defeat 1 million plus people marching unarmed peacefully. If you attack those people and you kill them, you cannot survive because nobody will let you survive. The world cannot let you survive. Yes, we know the horrors of Palestine, and so far, the Israelis have gotten away with it, but it will not go on forever. I can assure you. Now, Kenya is a bit different. The Americans will not be able to do what they are doing in Palestine in Kenya. They will not protect Ruto because Ruto has no benefit that he gives them that they cannot replicate or they cannot replace. Which means that if Ruto is removed today, they can use somebody else, they hope, as long as there is no revolution. If there is a revolution, the Americans would want to do business with the people that have taken power and try to corrupt them the way they did with Museveni, with other people. But if it is a genuine organic revolution that is grounded on the genuine grievances of the people and are supported by the people and owned by the people, it cannot be sabotaged. They have tried many times to overthrow the government of Burkina Faso. They have failed so far. And that government is working for the people because it's a revolutionary government. They tell us there is no benefit the revolutionaries have brought. We know the benefits Thomas Sankara brought in Burkina Faso before they assassinated him. We know that child mortality rate dropped almost to zero. We know that a dry country became food secure. We know that gender equality became a reality in the 1970s. We are not talking 2000 and something. In the 1970s, we know that corruption was eliminated in 4 years. And we know that there was no repression, that the Burkinabe called themselves the upright men and women of the world, and the world respected them. So, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, the only challenge we have and we must confront is what are the mechanisms, what are the strategies of organizing ourselves and mobilizing the people so that Ruto can be removed from power this year, not next year, in 2024. The material conditions are ripe. In fact, we want Ruto to go ahead and do exactly what he's doing faster. The removal of Gachagua helps us because he alienates a large population from Mount Kenya that had hoped that he had brought them nirvana. He has just shown them that he doesn't care, that he has no gratefulness, that he doesn't reciprocate, that he betrays. That's good. That's a good recruitment area for us. Disillusionment, anger is good for us. When Ruto fights his own people, when UDA is divided into two, that's excellent for us. We should make sure that we encourage them to fight more because, in fact, if they can kill each other, that would be very good for us because then we don't have to do much. We just have to go and take over because they have already killed each other. So let Ruto and Raila fight with Gachagua, and we should encourage Gachagua not to surrender, to fight them, so that this elite, even if they kill each other, would be good for the Kenyan state. But let us continue relentlessly to organize and mobilize for a bigger day. And hopefully, Mashujaa Day could be the beginning or could be it. But boycott, I have a problem with. Because really, we boycott what? This needs proactive, active action. Talking about IBC, we don't need it. Talking about dissolving parliament, if you dissolve this parliament, Ruto will call fresh elections, only parliamentary elections, and he will have worse people than the current parliament. But the moment Ruto goes, parliament dissolved by itself or on its own weight, all the institutions collapse, the system is gone, and we can build from down up. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.